I think what makes an innovator innovative is the ability to look at it from different points of view. So I'm an advocate for psychedelics for that reason as well. So curious to know, how do you have used psychedelics or seen others use psychedelics as a way to foster that innovativeness and inventiveness?
One analogy is kind of like the one I described, where flying gives you a different perspective. The cliche when you die and you rise out of your body and you look down at it in the room, that kind of thing, seems like sort of a hallucinogenic experience. But I think, the cliche aside, it's about being present, maybe even more so than a lot of our lives we spend thinking about the past, and that brings on depression. Thinking about the future brings on anxiety. And being present, I think hallucinogenic experiences can help you become more present and in the now, which is really about being in the flow state, right? It's like heightened reality. I don't think of hallucinogenics as being altered reality. I think it's hyper reality. It's about being aware of things, details that you don't usually see or hear. It's all there, but your brain filters it, and this thing turns down the filters. And so now you're extremely present, maybe much like you would when you're meditating. And that focus can be transformative. It can break down your ego, and it can give you a sense of your place. It's very often challenging to go in and out of existential thoughts of what's my purpose, where am I going, am I living a meaningful life, is that just a construct, is there even such a thing, is it just a waste of time, am I just some biological thing, a bunch of cells just clawing at trying to stay alive, or do I have purpose? And I think you can get some answers to all of those things from a hallucinogenic experience, and not necessarily the ones you want, but maybe you become at peace with accepting the fact that I don't have a divine purpose, or maybe I do. But being very present gives you the opportunity to explore that personally. And it's also about being on the edge and challenging yourself mentally and sometimes physically. It's about accepting it. It can be very uncomfortable mentally because it's unfamiliar terrain. It's like traveling to a foreign country where the culture, the language, everything is different. And some people love that kind of experience and some people don't. So if you love that kind of experience, I think hallucinogenics is similar to that, in that you've immersed yourself in something that is letting you know that your way is just one way, and there's an awful lot of people moving through space in a way much different than you. They're successful in their own way at doing things their way. Their culture, their language, their philosophy, their way of communicating love, all those things. And so I think a hallucinogenic experience can often be transformative like that, where you come out feeling schooled. Right?
The school of hyper reality.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
I mean, they call it tripping for a reason, right? You're going on an adventure, a travel. It can be educational. It can be fun. It can be both. It can be scary. It can be uncomfortable. Sometimes it's good to be uncomfortable.